Hi people, good evening from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel, welcoming you back to the channel. Today I'm doing two videos. One is individual, this part. Second part I'm going to do top 10 pick from the month of May. I bought quite a few fragrances, I think around 23 to 24. Some of them were backup bottles, some were new. So I will rate or rank rather which ones I liked, this month. I actually didn't plan to buy that many fragrances. I just got carried away, but anyway, it's not as much as the many other months. So the last casualty of May was earlier tonight, or the evening. I saw this in one of the shops they just brought in, and I just went and picked it up. This fragrance is, I think, the 2025 release, and I have a tester unit of it. This is called Azzaro Forever Wanted, and this is the Elixir, okay? The Elixir trend. Mind you, one thing, the Elixir trend did not start right now. Like some of you say, Savage, Lamal, like some of these other fragrances, maybe Bad Boy, Phantom, they all are releasing Elixir after Elixir. So Elixir is the new trend, okay? And I would just tell you, from the house of Azzaro, a long time back, they started with this one. I don't remember if this is the one. First one that I saw, maybe from house of Azzaro, Urom Elixir, the red and black bottle. This was the very first Elixir that I bought in my journey a long time back. So coincidences, I'm reviewing other Azzaro today. So Azzaro house, just before I hit the review, few things. I am not a new fan of Azzaro. The houses of Azzaro, Davidoff, CK, I do not know if many reviewers like me reviewed as many fragrances as I did from this house. I truly loved it. If you see Azzaro Joy Amin reviews, you'll see a lot of fragrances. They are not really like Azzaro Visit, not supremely like hyped or talked about. A lot of fragrance, Azzaro's now, Azzaro's other fragrances, women's perfumes. So Azzaro was known before the Wanted line. They were also having a lot of other fragrances. So I like this house, perhaps not the mainstream, like a top tier shelf, that sort of thing. But Azzaro always was one of my favorite houses, and they do have some great fragrances. So when they released Azzaro's Wanted, that time Jeremy was at his peak, like his peak, and he was the leading, fragrance influencer. So I got to see his review. Says Azzaro wanted my tour to something like he put it in a very weird way, like to Ibiza, like, so it kind of looked like Azzaro wanted his trip to Ibiza, right? But that was not really the case. Basically, it was just a review, and I actually was very happy with Azzaro's Wanted, the very first release. It was kind of like a fruity tropical take on you can see Invictus DNA, but it was nice. It was very nice. It was like almost like pineapple-y, lemony, fruity, tropical, fresh, sweet perfume. So after that, they released many EDT Intense, EDP, Azzaro Wanted by Night, then the Azzaro Wanted Pafa, many. I'd lost track. There was this limited releases, and then the blue one. So the last one is this one, and the tester comes with this box. The price at this point, like Azzaro prices do not pay retail. I will just humbly urge you from the beginning, do not pay $129 for this, even if it's full packaging. It's not worth that money. Just telling you right from the word go. Testers is going to be around $80, $85. Still expensive. Try before you buy. I'll let you know my thoughts after wearing for the whole night as a scent of the night. This is 100 ml standard. I really like this bottle, what they did with it. It's really nice. It got this gold bling bling thing. Okay, it's kind of like a clubbing. Many of the other bottles, the Carolina Herrera, Bad Boy, Superstar, many bottles they gave this look. Okay, and I don't mind the gold because I am sort of like goldfish. I'm attracted to shiny objects. Okay, so I'm guilty there. So I got it for the bottle basically, and this is the chamber of a, I don't know, revolver or a gun. I don't know. I'm not an expert, right? So this is 100 ml. I'm pretty sure they maybe will have 50 and 150. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So I'm not sure if this is a limited time release. And this thing, it looks like a golden bottle, but you can see through. But one thing I'm a little bit sad about, I don't know if this is the bottle. It's like, if you see, there's a huge chunk missing in the tester. It's like around 10 ml missing or something. I don't know if testers do that sometimes or evaporate. But I usually do not get like this much missing. I don't know. You guys tell me if it's a full bottle or it's missing some, at least 8 to 9 ml or 10 ml is missing, in my humble opinion. So anyway, it's okay. You know what I can do. So the cap, it's better than before. The previous caps, they were very, very tough. So this clicks into place. Nice. Got this metal glass thing, and the base you'll find sticker. So I'm wearing this. it's a very nice fragrance, to be honest. Let's show you the sprayer. Small burst, 7 out of 10 for the sprayer. Okay, so let the settle down. Let me tell you quickly, like the notes. Okay, so notes I don't remember usually, so that's why I'm opening the Fragrantica notes for this. Raspberry, green mandarin, bergamot, cardamom, lavender, clary sage, leather, and this new note. I never seen this note before. Wolf oud, I don't know what that is, and vetiver. Very fancy sounding, like, but I will just tell you what I get. Okay, so upon initial spray, okay, let's say when I spray this first time, let that liquid disappear first. Any fragrance that you wear, do not smell it immediately. If you really have to smell, do it like this. Okay, let the air come to you, right? But when you smell like water or the liquid, sometimes there's a chance you may inhale alcohol if there is any. Okay, so this one I'm not saying I got any alcohol, but it's better to let that liquid disappear, then smell. So I smell it already. I know how this smells. So this is a very sweet fragrance. First thing, my first observation, very sweet, very fruity. And there are a lot of things said about this perfume already on Fragrantica. Some people compare this with ombre leather. And I'm not going to say I got tempted by it, because I knew even before I smelled it, it's not going to be like ombre leather, because ombre leather had this very distinctive leather. It, even though it's a dry raspberry, but it was a lighter take on Tuscan leather. Okay, so I would say this perfume, just let me pause it. Anyway, I don't know where I was. I just want to take a pause a little bit, just drink some water. Anyway, coming back to this, I knew this was not going to be that. I don't know where I was. Yeah, ombre leather. But anyway, it's sweet. The opening to me when I sprayed it, the smell to me, it's very fruity. Okay, and it has some positives and few negatives as well. But let me start with the negatives. Okay, the negatives, first thing I would say, I still have this one bottle left with some juice. This is the Parfum, I think. This was one of my favorite flankers from the line. Wanted by Night was kind of like a tobacco, playful. The whole line was okay, not bad. But the whole idea, when it started getting darker, I felt like this line is connected somehow to Stronger With You by Armani's line, but a little bit lighter take on them, because Armani's one, they are very expensive and also very potent. But Azzaro ones, they are also potent. Let's say if Armani lasted 12 hours, the Azzaro wanted, they last about 8 hours to 9. Okay, so that was the issue. So this particular one from the whole line, I when I say Elixir, maybe my expectation, it is like it will beat the previous one. Is it Pafa? I don't remember the name. The most wanted, Azzaro the most wanted, right? Sorry. So this one and the previous one and the EDT Intense, I would expect maybe this would be the strongest, but this is not the strongest from the line. It has good longevity, solid longevity, but I feel that projection, it lacked that heavy, projection that I got from the sweetness, the apple, whatever. Like this one, it was this one and the most wanted, the black one. Those are really like projects a lot. This one falls short. Longevity, I would say this is like a 8.5. Projection is like around 7, at least to me. Okay. Then seasons. This perfume, it has some notes, as I told you, it has some fruity notes, it has some sweet notes, then the woody, and then the leather. So the big player supposedly here is leather. Some people said they did not get the leather. Some people said it's just a sweet mess, which is very understandable, because many people are not fan of sweet perfumes. They like sweetness, but on a, like, diet, not super sugary syrupy sweetness. This one has that candied, raspberry, it has that candied bergamot, the lemon, and it's nice, it's fruity, but it's kind of on the like clubbing partying side, like Bad Boy, Pakraban Phantoms, or Scandal. This falls into that family. So if you're not very big fan of sweet perfume, this is not going to work for you. This is very much younger generation fragrance. This is maybe Gen Z or 20 to 30, this age range. It will be very appealing for them. Okay, so the last, if I can say the other thing, if I want to really criticize this for, it's this line is a bit expensive for what they are. If let's say the price 120, 130, it's not worth buying these designers. You can easily add 20, $30 more. You can get into Tom Ford, some of the other niche or higher end designers. You can get maybe not Chanel Dior, but some of the other upper class like Armani's and stuff, right? So for Azzaro, these are expensive. So these is the part of the like I would say not negative if I want to criticize, so if I really have to. So these are the things. Okay. uh, Positives: this smells very nice, it smells very pleasant, it smells very familiar. This is not a brand new fragrance, I would not say so. This one, the cardamom, the spices, and the leather combination, the top is dominated by the fruity citruses, and then the meat, it goes to a little bit of that spicy, a little bit of lavender or clary sage. It's like kind of like a similar note, but it's not heavy on the lavender, right? So fruity citrusy opening, meat is a little bit, heart is kind of like spicy, the base goes that leather and woody, but it's not really leather, it's like a generic, it's like a suede leather sort of. If you smelled 1 million type of fragrances, this one falls into that sweet leather suede kind of fragrance. Okay, so you will not get anything absolutely new here. Okay, if you smelled Scandal Parfum Pour Homme or Scandal Elixir or whatever, that absolute, they all smell like this type. If you have one, you smelled all of them, right? So even the Invictus is, right? So this is in that family, they just added one more. Perhaps this will not be remembered as the great most wanted or most wanted Pafa. No, this would be somewhere in the top 3 or top 4, of the wanteds. And I will tell you, funny thing is, I always enjoyed the original Azzaro's Wanted. So if you actually are a big fan of Azzaro's Wanted, you can try it. If you're a collector, you can get this bottle, but I would suggest do not buy a tester, because there's a risk involves. Once again, some juice will be missing. Sometimes it happens, because testers, you pay less, so sometimes you face with the consequence. Maybe someone sprayed it, I don't know, or used. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But if you buy a full package, it will not happen, right? So just humble request is, do not pay retail right now. Wait for a few months, it will hit the discounters. Okay, so it will come to around $80 budget, so that would be okay. So how many sprays I would go with this? I would say if the weather is very gloomy, like we're going to rain and everything, it will be good choice even in summer. But if it's very hot and humid outside, it's sticky and you sweat a lot, don't put this fragrance on. It will not do justice. This is a perfect fragrance for fall, winter, nighttime when it's cool after rain. So you can go 5-6 sprays. Okay, this kind of sprays, it will go at least 6 hours. Okay, 6 to 7 hours. Projection will be good for 45 minutes, very, very strong. After that, it will be like, sometimes I go nose blind to it for some reason. I have to do this to be able to smell it, but other people can smell it. I asked people, they said, yeah, I can smell your perfume, but I smelled this DNA before. So keep that in mind. So best thing is, you try, get a sample, get a decant, whatever, and then get it. If you blind bought this for, let's say, Eid or special occasion or Christmas or Puja, whatever is your occasion, this is kind of like a safe blind buy. If you know the taste of other people, like, oh hey man, do you like the 1 million flankers? They say yes, and you can give them, they're not going to complain, right? Okay, so nice bottle, nice smell, performance above average. Okay, season specific, mild cold weather to cold weathers, partying, going out, clubbing, this is kind of a night out scent. And if, let's say, dating purpose, you just met someone and they are, you, both of you are young, or she is young, or something like that, this is kind of the fragrances women actually like, very comfortable with, like young ladies. Well, okay, he smells fun, he smells like friendly, and smells like crisp, so it is that kind of fragrance women wear on them sometimes, like sweet fragrances. So women do love sweet perfumes. So the sweet trend, it's on, but this is not the sexiest from the line. I still would say this one, and then the most other was the most wanted, the black bottle especially, I love that. Those were the sexiest. So overall, I rate this fragrance 8 out of 10 for initial impression. I will do a list, and this one actually made the list because of the smell. So do try this fragrance and see what you feel. If you're not a big fan of sweetness, you can avoid it, no problem. Take care. Thanks very much for watching. Let's do the list. We'll upload this together. Take care.